Hey guys, this is kind of like a marketing 101, like an introduction to marketing and how to think about it. So, the first mistake that I feel like a lot of business owners and marketers kind of make is not knowing how to just think about marketing in general. So, you have all these channels, and a lot of times, like when you're just getting started, you hear all these things like, we should be doing Google search. We should be pushing out organic content on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. And there's LinkedIn ads, there's SEO, there's Facebook. And how do you start thinking about how these different things work together and where to start? And a huge mistake is just thinking you need all of them. So trying to do as much as possible. So here is a simplified way to think about marketing and more specifically how to get started with marketing for most businesses. So the first thing I would say is figure out what your core cold channels are going to be, because I guarantee you not all of these channels, and there's even more, not all of these channels are going to be, there's display, there's CTV, there's, all these programmatic ones. Not all of these need to be like, these are all the channels we need to build cold traffic to our website. A lot of these, let me explain. The foundation for most people is they start with one channel. They start with Google search. So we'll go this way, where they start with Google search, driving traffic to their webpage. And Google search, why do they start with that? Well, Google search is if you actually go to Google or Bing or search, I guess we could just call it paid search, and people are out there searching for exactly what it is you do. For example, we're a LinkedIn ads agency. There's people that go to Google and they type in, let's show you, they type in LinkedIn ads agency. So they're literally looking for the exact offer and service that we provide. So this is called bottom of the funnel. And for those of you who aren't familiar, there's awareness. So there's people that like don't even know you exist. Then there's people who know you exist, middle of the funnel, and they are considering their options. This is the consideration phase. And then there's bottom of the funnel. Like people are looking for exactly what you do. They're kind of like ready to purchase, and so this is demand capture. So there's demand creation, where you're telling people that they have a problem, you're showing them that you are that you have a solution, and then you're trying to convince them that of all the other possible solutions, you are the experts in your space. So that's like how a normal funnel would work. But here on Google search, it's the very bottom of the funnel. Demand capture, people already know the problem exists. They're actively searching for the solution, which they also know exists. And now they're just in research mode, evaluating vendors and looking to purchase pretty soon. So LinkedIn ads agency or LinkedIn ads company or LinkedIn marketing services, they'll search for those things, and those show specific intent. Like I said, that shows that they know there's a problem, they know there's a solution, and they're actively looking for one of those solutions. So paying, see, this is ad. All of these are just paid ads to be on page one. So it's not just random, and it's not just SEO organic that causes people to be on page one. That is paid search. And that's why that's usually a really core fundamental channel for people to start, because it's capturing the low-hanging fruit, the demand that already exists in your space. And obviously there's some complex strategy around that, what keywords, what phrases, what to bid on those, how to structure your campaigns. But the main three basics for Google search is you want to bid on people searching for exactly what it is you do. Second campaign would be you usually want to capture demand for people who are searching for you by name, because if you type, impactable or impactable LinkedIn agency, if there could be other people who are paying to be in front of us if we're not paying for that. So you want to pay for your own name. Usually that's a very inexpensive campaign. And then the third campaign is usually you want to scout out your top competitors and you want to siphon some of that traffic away. So if they search for, one of your top 5 competitors, you want to show up there on page one alongside them, and you want to have some kind of ad copy that shows why you're different. So Google search can be a really core fundamental one. I'll show you what ours looks like. We actually run Google search as a core, and we run LinkedIn ads. So ours looks kind of like this. where we have two cold channels that funnel traffic to our website. We don't use all of these as cold. Actually, I take that back. So, I mean, we're working on SEO. We got started late to that game. It's something I wish I would have learned 2 years ago. So this is not a very big part of our strategy right now, but we do actually have some decent organic traction as well. So I would say I'll add that because that is actually relevant. We're converting that traffic, and SEO is something we're building. So we do have a couple of tools in this tool belt, but you could honestly start with Google search, drive that traffic to your website, and then the other main component is you want to retarget the traffic. So I think the first flaw is thinking you need all of this going at once. Figure out your first core channel, build a second one, and this is the most expensive part of marketing is building out, clawing out cold channels, trying to get quality traffic to your website. The next thing you want to do is then to make sure that you're converting this as, yes, you want to work on your website. You want to have a easy to use, fast loading website that does convert. But all this talk about high converting landing pages, I feel like it can lead you down the wrong way because this is not a funnel. This is, especially like if you have a high ticket item or if you're in B2B, it doesn't matter how good the Google search ad is and how high converting your website traffic is. It is really hard to get a positive ROI campaign with cold traffic. By that, I mean, getting on your prospects the very first time and then visiting your website the very first time for them to just like feel so good about the choice that they're going to book the call or throw money at you. With Google search, they're usually viewing 3 or 4 or 5 other competitors, and then they're going to make a choice. LinkedIn ads, they show curiosity, but they haven't shown huge intent signals. That needs nurtured. Organic, they could have just been checking out your blog, some educational content, no intent to buy yet. So this can lead to very, low conversion rate if this is all you have for the funnel. So the next stage of the funnel, and this is going to be simplified, but the next stage of the funnel is all that traffic that you get, you want to retarget it. So I would retarget our LinkedIn ads. I would retarget our website visitors with LinkedIn ads. And you could have it as simple as this. Say you have 2 or 3 solid cold channels leading to your website, and then you retarget them with LinkedIn ads. That's fair enough. I mean, I would say it's very inexpensive to throw in Facebook ads as well, just as a retargeting. So, and this would be just, $300 or $400 a month to stay in front of a few thousand people on Facebook. It's really, this layer is super inexpensive. So you really could build out the retargeting layer much more. You could put a lot more things in there without it costing like an arm and a leg. So I would definitely put, for us, this is kind of how our funnel looks. We have SEO, we're working on it. Organic is a decent one. Google and LinkedIn ads are our 2 biggest cold traffic drivers. We drive the traffic to our website and then we retarget them with LinkedIn ads, with display ads. We also do CTV and some programmatic, some native ads. We retarget them with Facebook ads. And it's more complex than this because each one of these channels has like layers in it and different campaigns and whatnot. But the idea is that the cold traffic to your website isn't going to convert on its first trip, and that the real secret is then nurturing and retargeting. And the overall strategy, like mindset, like a basic 101 to employ here, isn't just like e-commerce where you want to stay in front of them and just hammer them with ads and show them your product. You actually want to use these retargeting layers to build trust and credibility. So you want to position yourself as experts. You want to share expert advice. You want to show expert interviews, invite them to your organic channels, your blog, your YouTube, your podcast, show them, events that you've hosted or been guest speaking on, and really cement in their mind that you are the expert in your space. So if and when they have a need, you have cemented yourself as one of the top options for that. So this is just kind of like a basic marketing and basic business 101 of how this works. For so many people, I don't think they realize that you could build out a funnel that just looked like this, where you start working on some SEO on the side and you just have like 1.5 or 2 main channels that you drive traffic to your website. And then you go to work making the most of that traffic, and retargeting them on multiple platforms. And this is super inexpensive. So you could retarget them on 5 different platforms. Oh, we also do Quora. You could do Reddit and all these other ones, YouTube retargeting, for pennies on the dollar compared to what it costs to get them there. And basically what you're then doing is making the most efficient use of your cold dollars, because it's really expensive to get them there. And then building out that framework to actually, that's, in my mind, that's the best way to improve your ROI. Isn't just working on your landing page and improving the conversion rate of your landing page. To me, that's a lot of BS a lot of time, because you'd be way more efficient if you worked on your retargeting strategy. And it's less intrusive too. So that's my marketing 101 for the day.